This is National Highway 2 in Manipur, a strategic lifeline that today stands scarred by division. These visuals are not of an international border separating two nations. They capture an internal demarcation, an official yet rigid divide cleaving two communities within the same state. Republic correspondent Linthoi travelled this sensitive corridor to examine what remains of these buffer zones.
Manipur has been facing a lot of hurdles during this ongoing conflict since May 3rd, 2023. After the government formation on February 4th, 2026, the movement of meitei to the Kanglatongbi area has partially lifted. Meiteis cannot move freely inside the Kanglatongbi area without security. Despite Kuki MLA has become a deputy CM, the restriction has still partially imposed in this area.
These on your screen are the three critical stretches of this buffer zone that continue to function as de facto separation lines nearly 3 years after violence engulfed Manipur. The administration insists the buffer zones have been dismantled. The ground reality suggests otherwise. Movable barricades, layered security cordons, regulated crossings. The architecture of separation remains intact. But is it enhancing security or deepening the divide years after the conflict?
The presence of barricade has been decreased. In Kanglatongbi National Highway and Imphal West, there is no more buffer zone, or there is no more, barricades. In Thobal to Tenopal district, in Pallel, there is no more barricade. So it is now only in Churachandpur and Bishnupur district, along Imphal Churachandpur road, only some checkpoints and barricades are there. Other than that, there is no checkpoint or barricade there in Ukhrul Road, Imphal Ukhrul Road. There is no checkpoint in Imphal to Ziribam Road. So it is only now decreased, only confined only to Churachandpur Imphal Road. So that is purely for security purpose, and with the decline, with the absence of mob violence anymore, I think that will also go away very soon in due course.
Our first stop, the Pallel buffer zone, the long stretch that runs along National Highway 102. Republic reached the exact spot, and here's what we saw.
As you can see, here we can see the movable police barricade here, metal police barricade over there, and that is the invisible buffer zone between Meitei and Kuki community. A person from Meitei community cannot cross that area, and a person from Kuki community cannot cross this area. So it is an invisible buffer zone divided between Meitei community and the Kuki community.
Residents declined to speak on record, citing fear of reprisals from armed groups operating in the vicinity. Silence here is not identical. It is imposed by circumstance.
Pallel is no sort of reflection of the other important areas. Pallel is just a junction, a marketplace, and I'm surprised that there's free movement around there, and one has to get it to the bottom of how this is happening. For the rest of us who are in the parts of our areas, this is quite enigmatic. This should not happen. I'm not saying that there should be killing and shooting and all that, but the buffer zones are the only points where both sides of the communities are kept safe.
Next, we reached Kanglatongbi buffer zone, situated in Imphal West district, bordering Modbung in Kanglatongbi district. a long stretch along National Highway 02. This area is predominantly Nepali. It is also home to several other communities including Kukis, Meiteis and Nagas. What was once an uninterrupted highway now resembles a monitored corridor.
Right now I'm in Kanglatongbi, which falls under Imphal West District. Next to this is Modbung, which falls under Kangpokpi District, which is mainly dominated by Kuki communities. Meanwhile, in Kanglatongbi, Naga, Nepali and Meitei are coexisting together without any conflict, without any tension among them.
Local from Kanglatongbi told us about the movements in buffer zone.
अभी बफर जोन गवर्नमेंट का साइड से नहीं तो मतलब मेरे अथॉरिटी का साइड से बफर जोन अभी नहीं है, लेकिन हमारा इधर में ग्राउंड रीति में अभी भी बफर जोन चल रहा है। दोनों तरफ का पार्टी इधर उधर घूमने में अभी नहीं हो रहा है। मतलब इधर हमारा एरिया में अभी हमारा ये इमा का खेल एक बड़ा मार्केट है, इसमें मैती कम्युनिटी आने में अभी मैती कम्युनिटी थोड़ा आ रहा है, लेकिन ये कम्युनिटी इधर में आ नहीं सकता है, तो इसके वजह से हमारा इकोनॉमी भी डाउन हो गया।
Military and political implications that it has with this very term buffer zone. But as per my experience over the recent past, when we met with the Honorable Governor of the state, Mr. A.K. Ballaji, at his Lok Bhavan office in January 12th, I have categorically asked him if there is a buffer zone or not. And he said there is no buffer zone. Buffer zone cannot be created between the same administration jurisdictions. So there is no point of creating a buffer zone. Of course, there is a security line to secure the civilian populations, because there needs to maintain certain distance so that any anti-peace elements or terror elements should not be able to target and reach up to the neighboring civilian population or people.
The Phougakchao Ikai, the buffer zone located near Churachandpur, once an epicenter of Manipur crisis. Tensions still remain high in Phougakchao Ikai. Though the government claims there are 3 buffer zones, what Republic saw tells us a different story.
This area is very close to Churachandpur district. Phougakchao Ikai falls under the Bishnupur district. Next to Phougakchao is Kangwai and Thorbung Bangla. Thorbung is there, Bangla is there, which falls under. I'm now at Phougakchao Ikai in Bishnupur district. This area is very close to the Churachandpur. So from here, next to Phougakchao is Kangwai, and then the next is Thorbung, then Bangla, which all falls under this Bishnupur district. No one can enter freely passing these barricades.
We have also seen that the measures, security measures being taken up in the hill areas are not very efficient and effective. Several unregulated arms are being carried and many of the youths are holding arms, and terrorist activities are being still carrying out in the hill areas, which is yet to be controlled and contained. So as long as these elements are being left like that in the hill areas, we are not optimistic about restoring peace in its real terms.
3 years after the Manipur violence, the new cabinet is in power. Yet the start of 2026 has already seen tensions flare across multiple districts. Many question the existence of buffer zones. But are they a need of the hour or the new normal of Manipur?